The Benny Hill Show, an iconic British television series created and headlined by the comedic genius Benny Hill, captured the hearts of audiences worldwide with its slapstick humor, clever sketches, and unforgettable chase scenes. Premiering in 1955 and later moving to Thames Television in 1969, the show enjoyed immense popularity and became synonymous with Benny Hill's unique brand of comedy. But as times changed and attitudes towards humor evolved, the show faced mounting criticisms regarding its appropriateness, particularly in its portrayal of women and the use of risque humor. Join Factsverse as we take a look at the show as well as its demise. The show. The Benny Hill Show became an iconic part of television history. It originated from the creative mind of its eponymous star, Benny Hill. It premiered on the BBC in 1955, later moving to Thames Television in 1969, where it gained even more popularity and became synonymous with Benny Hill's comedic brilliance. Benny, born Alfred Hawthorne Hill on January 21, 1924 in Southampton, England, discovered his passion for performing early on. He started as a stage performer and comedian in the 1940s, honing his skills in various music hall and theater acts. But it was in television that he found his true calling and found lasting fame. The Benny Hill Show was a sketch-based comedy series featuring a blend of slapstick humor, visual gags, and Benny Hill's trademark fast-paced chase scenes set to the tune of yakety sax. The show's content often revolved around humorous observations of everyday life, parodies of popular culture, and recurring characters, such as Hill's alter ego, Fred Scuttle, and the bumbling, slapstick-prone character known as Hill's Angels. The program's international success can be attributed to Benny Hill's universal appeal as a comedian and entertainer. His ability to transcend language barriers and cultural differences with physical comedy and visual humor made the show popular in various countries, including the US. As the show gained popularity, though, it also faced controversies, particularly regarding the portrayal of women and the use of risque humor. While some appreciated Hill's lighthearted and innocent approach to comedy, others criticized certain elements as being outdated and inappropriate. More on that in a bit. Despite the passage of time, his legacy endures, and his influence on comedy and television remains undeniable. The show gets canceled. In the 1980s, The Benny Hill Show faced mounting criticisms and controversies, particularly regarding its portrayal of women. Some critics argued that the show perpetuated sexist stereotypes and objectified women through its use of bawdy humor and risque sketches. The increasing scrutiny from media watchdog groups and the changing landscape of television standards caused advertisers to shy away from associating their brands with The Benny Hill Show. As a result, the show began losing financial support, making it financially challenging to sustain. Moreover, Hill's insistence on retaining creative control over the show limited the options for potential changes to appease critics or adapt to the evolving television landscape. He was known to be a perfectionist and fiercely protective of his comedic style, which sometimes clashed with the demands of the network and producers. In addition to the controversies, the popularity of The Benny Hill Show started to wane in the late 80s. Audience tastes were shifting, and the comedy landscape was evolving with the rise of alternative forms of humor. As a result, the show faced declining viewership and struggled to attract new audiences. Amidst the mounting challenges, Thames Television, which had been airing the show since 1969, decided not to renew The Benny Hill Show for another season in 1989. This marked the end of the show's long and successful run, and while Hill continued to make occasional TV appearances afterwards, he never regained the same level of success and popularity he enjoyed in his heyday. About Benny. Benny Hill, named Alfred Hawthorne Hill at birth, was a private and enigmatic individual, often keeping his personal life away from the public eye. Born January 21, 1924 in Southampton, he grew up in a modest working-class family. He never married and remained single throughout his life, leading to speculation and curiosity about his personal relationships. He was known for his intense dedication to his work, often spending long hours perfecting his sketches and comedic routines. He was described by colleagues and friends as a perfectionist, always seeking to deliver the best possible performance. This dedication to his craft was one of the factors contributing to his immense success and popularity. In interviews, Hill rarely discussed his private life, preferring to keep the focus on his professional career. But some close associates described him as a reserved and introverted man outside the spotlight. Despite his comedic persona on television, Hill was said to be more introspective and thoughtful in real life. Outside of his work, he had a passion for music and was known to be an accomplished saxophone player. He composed much of the music used in The Benny Hill Show, showcasing his versatility and creativity beyond comedy. In his later years, Benny Hill faced various health issues, including heart problems, which reportedly affected his energy and ability to perform as vigorously as he once did. Despite these challenges, he remained committed to entertaining his audience and continued making occasional television appearances. Tragically, Benny Hill's life came to an end April 20th, 1992, when he passed away from a heart attack at age 68. His death marked the end of an era in television comedy, leaving behind a legacy of laughter and joy. Fun facts. Let's talk about some lesser-known facts about the show. Before The Benny Hill Show became the comedy sketch series viewers came to love, Benny Hill initially wanted to create a serious program. He envisioned a show with dramatic storylines and played the role of a straight actor. But after trying out this approach, he discovered his true talent lay in comedy, and he eventually shifted the show's direction towards the lighthearted. One of the beloved recurring characters on The Benny Hill Show was Fred Scuttle, a bumbling, inept man who constantly found himself in absurd situations. The character's name and inspiration came from a real-life person, Benny Hill's dentist, whose name was Fred Scuttle. Hill decided to pay homage to his dentist by using his name for the comical character. Apart from starring in the show, Benny was actively involved in much of the music used in the program. His involvement extended to editing and directing, showcasing his dedication to creating a unique and personal comedic experience. The final episode. Despite the show being canceled in 1989, there was an additional treat in store for fans. Benny Hill's World Tour New York was a one-hour television special that aired in 1991. It marked one of the final appearances of the iconic comedian on American television screens. In this entertaining show, Benny Hill took his signature humor to the vibrant streets of New York City, incorporating the bustling cityscape into his classic sketches. The special featured a blend of Hill's renowned slapstick humor, clever wordplay, and visual comedy, bringing laughter to audiences in the U.S. and around the world. As he navigated the chaotic streets of New York, Benny Hill interacted with unsuspecting passers-by and incorporated them into his comedic routines, infusing the special with an authentic and spontaneous feel. The special served as a reminder of Benny Hill's international fame and his ability to transcend cultural boundaries with his universal brand of humor. Sadly, he passed away the following year in 1992. But the special remains a treasured memory for fans. And in the final segment, Benny Hill walked away into the sunset, signaling the end of an era in television comedy. Now it's time to hear from you. Do you think a similar show could be created today with our changing sensibilities? Let us know in the comments section below.